Damn, so Soulja Boy just got ordered to pay $4 million after losing a lawsuit that alleges that he did some things to a former employee of his, and we're gonna go over the allegations after this. Let's just listen to his response real quick.
Think about the verdict.
Today, I stand before you deeply
Bro had a whole speech set up. God damn, I think he knew he was about to lose, okay?
disappointed in the verdict delivered in my case. I firmly believe that the decision made in court was not based on facts or substantial evidence, but rather on factors that were outside of my control. The truth was overshadowed by the involvement of individuals such as the jury who were not present during the events in question. And I feel that the system allowed external influences to shape the outcome. Furthermore, the use of Jane Doe as the identity of the accusers raises serious concerns about fairness. Keeping these individuals anonymous while I'm forced to face public scrutiny creates an unequal playing field. I believe this entire process has been tainted by a system.
I mean, do you guys think he has a point about that? Like the victim being Jane Doe, like keeping her identity private. It is a little bit, but I can understand like she's a victim. She doesn't want fans of Soulja Boy attacking her. So kind of understandable. But is it fair to the person who's being accused and they may not be guilty? I don't think that's fair. You get what I'm saying? But I could kind of understand why it happens though.
That is not designed to protect the rights of the accused. I want to make it clear that I'm innocent. This case was never about justice. It was about money and personal gain. And I will not let that stand. I am committed to filing an appeal and fighting for the truth to be revealed. I will continue to stand by my decision and believe that I did not commit the crimes I'm accused of. Thank you to everyone who has supported me during this time. I promise that I will fight until the end to clear my name and expose the truth. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Would you mind repeating the first three sentences? I apologize.
Today, I stand before you deeply disappointed in the verdict delivered in my case. I firmly believe that the decision made in court was not based on facts or substantial evidence, but rather on factors that were outside of my control. The truth was overshadowed by the involvement of individuals such as the jury who were not present during the events in question.
And that's also another thing, like, bro, the jury is never there during the events of the crime. Then they would be witnesses. They wouldn't be jury people no more. But let's get into the allegations. Let's look at this article. Soulja Boy ordered to pay $4 million after he's found liable for SA. Let's see what this said. A jury in Santa Monica slapped rapper Soulja Boy with a $4 million judgment Thursday after finding him liable in civil court for sexual assault and battery of a woman who lived in his home and said she was his assistant. The 34-year-old rapper, whose name is DeAndre Cortez Way, is Soulja Boy half Mexican or something? Cortez Way? Okay. Soulja Boy smiled calmly as the verdict was read. According to courthouse news services, the judgment was for compensatory damages only. Determination of punitive damages is still to come. So he might have to pay more than the $4 million. We're happy that our client was vindicated and the jury believed her claims of physical and sexual assault. That's what the plaintiff's attorney, Ron Zambarno, said. Anyways, the lawyer said, we're looking forward to moving on to punitive damages phase of the case. Soulja Boy has denied all claims against it. We maintain that the evidence does not support the verdict. His attorney, Ricky IV, said in a statement to the Times, it is unfortunate that the aspirations and misperceptions of the culture were allowed to influence the trial. Mr. Way fully intends to pursue his post-trial remedies and to fight for a just result in the case. The case was brought by the Jane Doe accuser in January 2021, and the trial began in March in Santa Monica, according to court records. The jury cleared the Crank That rapper on claims of false imprisonment, constructive discharge, an allegation that he created a work environment so hostile that the employee had to quit, finding him liable for civil claims including sexual battery, assault, and gender violence. Doe said that she was hired as a personal assistant to the rapper in December 2018. According to the lawsuit filed in Los Angeles County Superior Court, the filing alleged that from January 2019 to December 2020, Way inflicted serious physical and sexual injuries on Doe and made her fear for her life. Doe said in court documents reviewed by the Times that she was promised $500 a week but was never paid, despite doing all of Way's biddings 7 days a week, 20 hours a day. Shortly after her employment began, the filing said a romantic relationship developed between the two, and the abuse soon followed. The lawsuit accused Way of punching Doe and R-wording her multiple times. While testifying during trial, Soulja Boy, who was accused of sexual battery, false imprisonment, negligence, and assault, plus a handful of labor code violations, denied R-wording or beating Doe, according to the courthouse news service. And he said that she was never an employee, but rather stayed at his house frequently and rolled blunts for him. Okay, that just sounds like a little side chick. His attorney said in the closing argument that she got room and board for her efforts, something he called industry standard, the outlet said. She got the industry standard treatment of room and board for rolling blunts. I don't think that's necessarily a good thing because, you know, the hip-hop industry and the entertainment industry is looked at weird from outsiders. The average person does not care what is industry standard. Y'all industry standards is weird as hell, bro. Y'all got Diddy out here creating industry standards, bro. We don't care about industry standards, bro. Especially the jury. They looking at you, industry standard. She staying at your house rolling blunts? That's industry standard? That's normal for a side chick. But for an assistant, that's a little bit different. Now, during the 3 days of testimony, Doe says she didn't even feel human anymore. I felt like an animal, Courthouse News reported. She said she stayed because he threatened to hurt her or her family and to publicly post a video that he recorded of her performing oral sex. Text messages showed that she was required to do tasks that are typically done by an assistant, including making travel arrangements and getting food. In one message sent after an alleged attack, Soulja Boy wrote, "I should have killed you," the lawsuit said. The trial will continue with determination of punitive damages. Now, I mean, we have to know the context why he said, "I should have killed you." Obviously, he should have never said that, but she might have done something that warranted that type of talk. You get what I'm saying? Not victim blaming, but, you know, she could have pulled a knife out on him. And then he was like, "Bro, I should have killed you for pulling that knife out on me." You get what I'm saying? That's threatening his life. If she threatened his life, but you see, people are smart, and when they get a text of you incriminating yourself, they're not going to further incriminate themselves in that same text messages because they're building the whole case on you the whole time. You get what I'm saying? They're building the case on you, and you don't even know that she's building the case. And you texting all this incriminating, "I should have killed you." What? Why would you say that? So Megan Cuniff reported on this. She's the one who actually got the video of Soulja Boy that I played in the beginning, and she breaks down exactly why he owes $4 million. Now it says the jury verdict against Soulja Boy addressed 9 claims. Compensatory damages are just about $4 million. Punitive damages are $250,000. All the details are in my article. Let's read it. So it says the jury verdict addresses 9 claims. Assault, $700,000 for the assault, including $400,000 for future harm and $300,000 for past harm. What? How you sue it? How you request money for future harm? Sexual battery, $1.5 million, including $1 million for future harm and $500,000 for past harm. Bro, what? Gender violence, false imprisonment, not liable, intentional infliction of emotional distress, $1.325 million, including $1 million for future harm, $300,000 for past harm. Damn. Sexual assault, hostile work environment, $100,000. Non-payment of wages, $1,500,000. Constructive discharge not available. Failure to provide wage statements, a little too bands. Bro, if you actually look at this, he's paying more for the future harm than he is the past harm. Now that I'm really thinking about it, future harm is probably like PTSD or like anxiety or like, you know, like waking up in the middle of the night, cold sweats, thinking about Soulja Boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably future harm. So she's getting paid. But he's paying more in future harm than he is for the actual things that he allegedly did, which is crazy to me. Civil judgments in California stand for 10 years and can be renewed for 10 years. So the woman's lawyer says they will pursue Soulja Boy for the next 20 years if he doesn't pay the $4 million, whether he's on tour or whether he's doing TikTok live. God damn. I mean, if this is real, I could understand why they on his ass so badly. If it's real, but let's hear what the attorney said. Romani, president of the plaintiff's firm West Coast Trial Lawyers, told reporters the verdict is a wake-up call for the entire music industry. Wow, that's a bold statement right there. The days of physically and sexually abusing your employees, those days are over, Romani said. Lawyers at Romani's firm represent another woman suing Soulja Boy for abuse. They also represent former employees of singer and rapper Lizzo in a sexual harassment lawsuit, and they represent Meg Thee Stallion, former photographer Emilio, in a sexual harassment and unpaid wages lawsuit. Romani said Way's lawyers offered a lowball settlement of $100,000 shortly before trial. Civil judgments in California stand for 10 years and can be renewed for another 10 years. So Romani said they will pursue Soulja Boy for the next 20 years if he doesn't pay. We're going to be going after Soulja Boy and his assets, whether he's on tour, whether he's doing TikTok live, Romani said. Soulja Boy's lawyers at Ivy McNeil, Wyatt, Pearsall, and Diggs declined to speak to reporters after the verdict. Now, so the same lawyers who sued Soulja Boy also sued Lizzo and also sued Meg Thee Stallion. So they're not targeting men. You get what I'm saying? They sued 2 black women. These lawyers are really sending a message to the industry. Like I said, when Soulja Boy said in that document that it was industry standard, I'm like, bro, they're coming at the whole industry. Everybody looks at the industry weird since Diddy. But let me look up who the lawyers are. West Coast Trial Lawyers. Our attorneys. This is the guy. This is the guy that was speaking to the public. This guy right here. So this is the guy that's coming after the industry. You know, you have some people who are saying they're coming after the industry, but they're really just coming after Diddy and Jay-Z. You get what I'm saying? This guy, he's coming after like all these other rappers and stuff like that. When he says the industry, it almost, when they say they're coming at the entertainment industry, they're really just coming at the rappers. You get what I'm saying? Like Diddy's not a rapper. I guess he's an executive, but you feel me? Diddy, Jay-Z, Lizzo, like Meg Thee Stallion, like Soulja Boy, like, is that who y'all think the industry consists of? Like only rappers? Like it's a whole bunch of other people in the industry. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comment. Do y'all think that they're just targeting celebrities? Or do you think that the celebrities are being targeted on like because they're actually wrong? You get what I'm saying? And that they should be paying out these people. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments, bro. I'm out.